Hello students, welcome back. Let us continue with sample paper 1, question number 16, wherein we've been given a frequency distribution table wherein the class intervals are not continuous. So what do we have to do is convert this into a grouped frequency distribution table, a continuous group frequency distribution table. And once we're done with that, we need to find out in which intervals would the class would 153.7 and 157.51 be included. So now we'll again follow the usual format given to find and solution. So now we know that these class intervals out here are not continuous. What do we do in order to make that continuous? We learned in the chapter statistics that we are going to take into consideration the difference between the lower limit of one class, the upper limit of one class, and the lower limit of the subsequent class. So the difference between 154 and 153 is 1. Similarly, the difference here is 1. The difference between these two is 1. The difference between these two is 1. The difference between these two is 1. When we find the difference, we are going to divide it by 2. So what do we get when 1 is divided by 2? We get 0.5. So 0.5, now this is a very important number that we got because that will give us our continuous group frequency distribution table. What we need to do is we need to subtract 0.5 throughout the lower limits of this frequency distribution table and add 0.5 to all the upper limits of the frequency distribution table, and you will notice that we will get our continuous group frequency distribution table. So let's get started. Once done with the table, we will answer this question as well. Alright, so I'll say given. So in given, again you need to draw the table. I am not drawing it, but you please do it. Then to find, draw a grouped, continuous grouped FDT. So FDT is nothing but frequency distribution table, and determine in which class interval, so Ci for class interval, will 153.7 and 157.5 will be included. So I'll start with the solution. I'll say difference between the upper limit of one class and lower limit of subsequent class is consistent throughout the table, right? So is consistent throughout the table, which is equal to 1. And for example, in brackets you can say, for example, 154 minus 153 is equal to 1. Therefore, we divide this difference by 2 and get 1 upon 2, which is equal to 0.5. So adding, or rather subtracting 0.5 throughout all lower limits. So I'm just writing LLs for lower limits and adding 0.5 throughout all upper limits. So ULs for upper limits, what do we get? We get the following continuous grouped frequency distribution table. So where is it going to be? It's going to be on this side. So let's go ahead and draw our grouped frequency distribution table. So how many entries do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have my class interval and frequency. Let's just subtract 0.5 throughout the lower limits of the group frequency distribution table. So what do I get? 149.5, then I get 153.5, then 157.5 and 161.5, 165.5 and 169.5. Now adding 0.5 to the upper limits throughout the group frequency distribution table, what do I get? 153.5, 157.5, 161.5, 165.5, 169.5 and finally 173.5. So if you notice, now I have a continuous group frequency distribution table. You can see the continuity this way. See, right? Similarly, yeah. So now we are going to write down the frequency as well, because we need to convert the frequency table, right? So this is 7, 7, 7, 7, 15, 10, 5 and 6. So this part of the table, the frequency part, is just for confusion. It's almost redundant. There isn't really any need for it. Now to answer the questions, in which intervals would 153.7 and 157.5 lie? So 153.7 will lie in this class out here. So the first one, 153.7 will lie in class interval. So I'm just writing class interval, CI for class interval. 153.7, 153.5 to 157.5. Now let's check the other one, 157.5. So 157.5, if you notice, we have it here as well as here. But we always take values greater than equal to 153.5 and less than 157.5 and in this class interval, whereas in this class we are going to take values greater than or equal to 157.5 and less than 161.5. So which will the class interval be? It will be this class interval for the value 157.5. So I'll say 157.5 will lie in the class interval 157.5 to 161.5. So these are your solutions. So basically this entire part is your answer. This is answer to 1 and this is answer to 2. So please take a look at the solution. Thank you for watching this video.
Hope this video increased your knowledge. For more such videos and a completely free educational content, log on to www.epathshala.org or visit our ePathshala YouTube channel. We have each and every question solved for maths, physics, chemistry and biology. So subscribe our channel, share with your friends, like our Facebook page and follow our Twitter handle for regular updates and important educational tips, and also win ePathshala goodies. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe this channel and enjoy the freedom of education.